Thailand's resort island of Phuket has welcomed international travellers for the first time in more than a year. Hundreds have arrived under a quarantine-free programme for vaccinated visitors. The Phuket Sandbox is seen as a trial for Thailand to begin reopening its borders later this year. Now, the launch comes as Thailand grapples with its worst COVID-19 outbreak, but Phuket has remained relatively unscathed. It has seen few cases ahead of its reopening. More than 70% of the island's residents have at least received one COVID-19 vaccine shot. Millions of people visited Phuket every year before this pandemic. The country has lost some $50 billion in tourism revenue last year as borders closed across the globe. Now for more, we're joined by Saksith Sayasombat. He's live for us in Phuket. Saksith, travellers have been arriving in Phuket from all over. Has it been a smooth journey?
Well, so far it has been a smooth journey. There have been 5 flights coming to the Phuket Sandbox on this day, on the first day, but the planes were not full at all. The first plane that arrived here, that only had 25 passengers, but they were all happy to be here, and we actually had the opportunity to speak some of them about why they came here and how smooth the process actually was to apply for this Phuket Sandbox. Let's take a listen.
A month, at least a month. My children live here, so I'm going to see my kids.
How long have you haven't seen your kids?
October 2019.
How do you feel like you'll be seeing them the first time?
It's going to be great.
Jan, als erster Schweizer hier wieder in Thailand zu sein.
Oh, es ist wunderbar, also wirklich.
Wie lange wollen Sie hier bleiben?
Ein Monat.
Ja, sind Sie oft hier in Thailand?
Ja.
Ja.
Also jetzt 2 Jahre nicht und jetzt endlich wieder.
Saksith, are there any COVID-19 restrictions in Phuket? I imagine that once you're there, some people might just want to sit on the beach and do very little at all. But are visitors free to enjoy the island?
Well, not quite. So first of all, there are many hurdles to go through even when they get here. First of all, they already had to take one COVID-19 test at the airport, then go to the hotel room and wait for the result. If the result is negative, then they're free to explore the island. But they will see a Phuket that is very different than from before the pandemic. Yes, a lot of places, a lot of locations have reopened, like restaurants, like malls, but then the nightlife entertainment venues and the bars, they are still shut. So especially in Patong, that is very famous for its nightlife entertainment video, that is very quiet. And apart from that, there's still the usual safe distancing measures, masks are required, and many other places. But it is still a very different picture here in Phuket than it is in the capital of Bangkok. They have thousands of cases on a daily basis and dozens of deaths, and most of them are in Bangkok and around in the suburbs as well. While here in Phuket, the numbers have been below 10 in the single digits on a daily basis, and the authorities hope that these numbers will stay the same. On the other hand, there are measures if the number goes up again, if we have an outbreak, some measures could be taken back or this could be suspended entirely. But the hopes of the entire tourism industry, the entire Thai economy, rests on this Phuket Sandbox to kickstart their economy again. And if this model works, this could also be used elsewhere in Thailand. And the grand hope is to reopen the country to tourists without any many restrictions by October-ish. So that is the big hope here, that Thailand will be back in business. And this all hinges on this Phuket Sandbox here.
Saksith, I don't know how long you're there for, but enjoy yourself while you can. Thank you very much. Saksith Sayasombat there in Phuket, Thailand.